Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Alright, it's time for another regular, faster-paced Hearthstone run, at least until I run into a tough turn and my thinking goes really slow. But anyway, out of the two classes presented, I played both of them fairly recently, but the Shaman less so. So let's go Shaman and see what we can do. See how many fire elementals I get, because that usually seems to determine victory. Questing Adventure could be pretty strong, but we're going to take Lava Burst because it kills things. Oh wow. Tiger would be good. He's not my favorite fatty, although, you could make a strong argument for him, but ow. I like to silence things. Don't have good card drawing methods with Shaman, good deal damage to Acolyte of Pain methods with the Shaman, because they're I could shock him and silence him or freeze him or something. Seems pretty dumb. On the other hand, I could get a healing totem, and if there were small sources of damage to pick at him with, but whatever, that's no good. Take the Brewmaster, because he does cool things. Spell damage might be good, but I'm going to take the Silverhand Knight because he just has a lot of firepower. I used to really love Fork Lightning, and it's still in the arena, could be pretty strong, but I've started to believe that Rockbiter Weapon is in fact good. Even though it seems inferior to some other things, it's actually really good. Well, these two guys are pretty good, but we're going to take at least one Bloodlust, so we have a finisher in there. Because, man, does it finisher. The Berserker, pretty sweet. Loot Hoarder draws cards, pretty good, but I haven't gotten any actual fat yet. I'm going to take the Boulderfist Ogre, because he is brutally fat. You are pretty damn good. And I'm going to have totems. It's really hard to choose between you and a Lightning Bolt. I'm going to take the Shattered Sun Cleric so I can regret it later for not having enough burn. Worgen Infiltrator is pretty good, but he's not a Yeti. We all know the Yetis are the way to go. Okay, Twilight Drake's pretty good. Imp Master, I could have a healing totem. 1/1 every turn. But no, we know we're taking the Lightning Storm. Get a Deckhand who is kind of garbagey unless I get one of my rare or epic weapons. Actually, there's a common weapon, but whatever, I don't have it yet. So unless I get a weapon, there aren't too many choices. It's choose your shock. And we know, I think Frost Shock gets a bum rap. Like, freezing a large enemy, like freezing, say, a giant ogre, can be tremendously beneficial, but we're still going to take Earth Shock because it's Earth Shock. Kills Twilight Drakes. Things like that. Some decent-sized taunt would be good, but I just don't like this guy for the cost. It doesn't do what I want. We're going to take a Leper Gnome. Have like a first turn play for once, maybe. See, you are blatantly inferior to the ogre. You are only good if I Rockbiter you. You're basically a piece of garbage, and you are pretty good. It works out fine even if they don't have a weapon. If they have a weapon, awesome. This guy is tempting because he's really good. This is tempting because it's burst damage to help finish your opponent late game, but I think I'm going to take the Direwolf Alpha because that could be pretty optimal with totems and stuff like that. And he's still a 2/2 for 2. He's got all kinds of goodness. So I've got some damaging spells already. I might get more. So the Geomancer is tempting. The Axe, it's a 3-attack weapon. Not 3-attack value. It attacks 3 times. You can kill so much small stuff with this. Early in the game, this can neutralize so many opponents. But Wind Fury is a geometric increase in something's capability, allowing me to burst damage and kill my opponent. Oh man, this is a hard choice. I don't have any Wind Furies yet. So hard. I think I gotta take the Axe, because I'm not as confident in my early game control. After this, if I had that same choice again, I would definitely take Wind Fury. Fatness, boost the totems. This guy gets boosted when the totems die. If I could pick up, I don't have much taunt yet, which would be really good with him. Fork Lightning also kills things, even if the overload is atrocious. We're going to take Giant Fat. I know I should have taken the Ghoul, but I like him. We're going to take the Shield Master, because I'd like to have some taunt, even though those other guys were good. Another Rockbiter weapon, because it's very, very flexible. Ancestral Spirits, that's interesting. He's pretty good. He could be boosting totems and stuff like that. Although, if I'm playing him second turn, I'm not making a totem. So that's super durable. We're still just going to take Lightning Storm, because it's a Lightning Storm. Now, I already have 2 Lightning Storms now. Do I really need another Lightning Storm, or should I take a Sunwalker? Stunwalker does lead to an awesome Mr. Burns quote. But Lightning Storm blows things up. Like lots of things. It's fat, it's good. We're going to take the Lightning Storm. Probably regret it later, like everything else. This is such a weird card. It heals them and gives them taunt for 0. It's probably just not going to be useful, though. I think I'm going to take... I've got my choices. These two guys are like real counterparts. They're the neutral, one-cost taunt guys. He can survive way more damage. Like, it's much harder to just easily kill him, but he does damage back. But that's only really useful in, like, the really early game, when he can kill 2/1s and stuff like that. Because later on, you might as well have this guy who might survive an attack, or might at least draw a larger attack to get through him. But he can attack and do damage. Damn it. We're going to take the Shield Bearer, because I have no idea why. Because Healing Totem and Rockbiter, that's why. It's my excuse. Take another Stormforged Axe, which would still be pretty good, but I'm going to take the Dark Iron Dwarf, because I want that medium stat power. Medium cost power, whatever. You don't count as medium cost power. I don't care that, yes, it's so tough that it usually can fight 2 things in the arena and all that stuff, and you can ancestrally healing it and make it taunt and heal it. And we're going to take the Rocketeer for some late game burst damage, kill things. Frost Shock, as much as I've tried to say it doesn't suck, it's just not what I need. I actually have quite a bit of like killing stuff. I need more minions, and he's a minion. Plus he can heal things. Whatever. He's big taunt, and he's pretty big offense. I don't have any way to manipulate him other than maybe Healing Ward, but he still could draw me a bunch of cards. And he silences things. It's also hard to choose. I'm going to take him. If I have enough things to regret, then I won't remember to regret them, because they'll just fly by. So you heal everything. Healing Yeti is pretty good. I think I'm going to take a Flesh-Eating Ghoul this time. Have more like 3-cost minions. I don't have a single Hex yet. I have a ton of things that can kill stuff. It might be better off to have the Berserker for some more like fighting power. Hex is pretty good though. I have a couple of silences. I have a lot of killing things, but I think I'm going to take the Berserker because I need more minions. I need you. Because I didn't get that other Wind Fury. I need that ability to double something. He would be good to double, but we're still not going to take him because he's a fragile piece of crap. Forked Lightning. I'm going to take the Archmage because I actually have a lot of damaging spells in here. And why not? Whatever. Even though I don't like him that much. And final card is a Mountain Giant or a Faceless Manipulator. Because we know I don't like Doomsayer and he makes me play badly. And you need specialized circumstances for him to be useful at the best case. I don't like Mountain Giants. You draw him late game, and if you don't have, like, 2 other cards in your hand, you can't even cast him. Like, at all. That's just stupid. Faceless Manipulator is amazing, so we're going to take him. I don't get to play with him very often because I don't actually own any, but he always screws me when my opponent plays him, so let's see what we can do. I don't feel like this deck has enough meat, but it has so many things for killing. I got no Fire Elementals. Not a single Fire Elemental. We're probably doomed. I usually gauge these decks by how many Fire Elementals they have. When you have like 4 Fire Elementals, 5 Fire Elementals, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have a really good arena run. And when you don't, yeah. I have lots of good stuff. I don't think I have enough good stuff to balance out the fact that other people also get good stuff. Okay. There's that Druid I could have picked and didn't.
I must protect the wild.
Stormforged Axe in his starting hand, very good. Brewmaster, not as exciting. I think because I have the Axe, I'm going to ditch the Lightning Storm. I have lots of Lightning Storms. I'd like to get another thing I can cast. Not bad. Get to do nothing. No coin, no play. What is the Druid going to do? You going to coin out something to bug me with? Please coin out something with 2 toughness. That would make me happy. No coin Fairy Dragon? Aw. Well, since he doesn't have anything out, I could Brewmaster, just to have the 3-2. and then protect him with the axe. Or I could make a totem. I'm losing a third of a card if I don't play it. He could be useful later on. There's a reasonable chance that he could get me set up with some killing stuff now, though. I'm going to play him, even though it's kind of like obviously a waste of his ability. But if the druid doesn't have like a wrath or something, okay, I can deal with that. This will work fine. So my choices are: I could play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, trade, and he would be a 4/3. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play the Stormforged Axe. It is going to lock one of my mana for next turn, but I can kill him, equalize the life totals, and I just have a lot more stuff in play than my opponent right now. He has lots more cards than I do, but at this stage of the game, mana matters. Okay, I can't quite kill it with this. Seems like kind of a waste of Rockbiter weapon, but I could. I mean, I could kill and then kill again and waste all my stuff, which would then boost the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Maybe that's how I have to play this. Given the options.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted is a pretty appropriate quote under the circumstances. So I take a bunch of damage. I have a very vulnerable but sort of dangerous seeming guy that will probably get bitten or swiped. Bite or swipe. Bite or swipe. We know swipe is a common card, so it's much more likely, but it's also kind of a waste, whereas the bite, this would be a pretty good use of bite. The 4 armor still ablates most of his damage, and he'd be dead.
I wonder.
You weren't doing anything else with that mana anyway. And I've played no totems yet, which is usually a bad sign. I could have had a lot more cards, but I don't know. I wouldn't have any stuff. Innervate is not a good sign.
Are you ready for this?
That guy is big. Options. So I could just play stuff and keep fighting, in which case my ghoul will be killed. I would have a bunch of stuff. I could Lava Burst him and then smack him with my axe, which would lock 2 of my mana for next turn, and I would take 4, but then I'd hit my opponent for 6 and still have the ghoul. If I made a totem and I got a spell damage totem, then I could Lava Burst him for 6 and Earth Shock him for overkill. No, I couldn't because I wouldn't have enough mana left to do both of those things. I could then Rockbiter and Earth Shock him, which why did I make a totem then? It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's pretty darn expensive, but I think I'm going to keep being aggressive with this. Oh, I forgot, I do still have mana left to make a totem. Oh, that's not so bad. Taunt? Not taunt. Taunt totem would have been nice, because it'd just be one less thing that would kill him. Would be like every charged creature ever. That's right, some of his cards were the coin and the innervate, so he didn't have quite as many cards. That guy is pretty dangerous, but on the other hand, man, I can keep, feeding the ghoul and do the crazy crap that everyone else always does to me. I can Earthshock this, it'll lose taunt. Then I Rockbiter this guy and kill Hogger. So that's 2 mana. I could still play him, or I could make a totem first. There's 1 and 3 that is a taunt totem, which would be okay. I'd kill that and then Rockbiter, kill Hogger. And there's a 1 and 3 that it would be a spell damage totem, in which case I could blow this guy out of the water and Rockbiter him. So the only option that would be bad for me is the healing totem. And it wouldn't be the worst, because it would heal him back up 1 after I hit that. Alright, we're going to give this a shot. Healing totem! Because I always get healing totem. Nope, that is... spell damage is fine. It means I don't get out my taunt guy to protect him there, but look at the damage. See, I don't like these guys because when I play them, they always die. But when my opponent plays them, they always do this. This is bullshit. When this starts happening to you and you just don't get the stuff to kill it.
Engaging
So bullshit right now.
Mental dislocator.
Yeah, no mental dislocating today. You're just... Oh, wow, and I have the spell damage, so I auto-kill both their guys. First, though, do I have lethal? If I play the Stormwind Champion, I can hit for 10, 11. Which is not lethal. Is it close enough that I would just let it go at that? Because he would have to stop a lot of army. This guy would have more hit points than either of his two guys do. He would have to stop that and the Stormwind Champion. Or die. He'd be at 1. Or do I just blow up his guys? Actually, if I blow up his guys, I might win anyway. But that'll add 2 to his damage, so that'll be a lot. I won't insta-win, but okay. I guess we're gonna Lightning Storm, because it seems like less gambly, more control-y. It didn't matter if I made the totem first, because I already had the 1. So he still gets reduced to 1. We make a taunt totem, probably, just because it's because the random has decided I should win this game. We're gonna add a shield bearer, just in case. If he had anything to kill this guy, he would have done it 1,000 years ago, and even if he gets it now, it's kind of too late, because I would play the Stormwind Champion and beat his face in with 0 attack minions. So that went well, but it was one of those games where I just got out a ghoul, and then I was able to counter everything he did. He did not get the right counters, and that was very unfortunate for him. So we're going to see how well I can do with this deck next time. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button, or on your touchscreen, please lick the like button. Warning, licking the touchscreen is not recommended. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.